What's up, everybody? It's Luke and Brienne, and this is the podcast. We used to call this the wedding machine. However, we're just going to call it the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think about this? We're finally doing this again. It's been a while. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. Here we are.
I was told there'd be cake. There's no cake.
There's no cake. There's nothing. There's just happiness and a reflection of a year that's almost over. Thank God. Thank God.
Wake me up in 2021.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll all be vaccinated and healthier than we were the day before.
Yeah, they vaccinated a slew of frontline workers.
They
today.
did. There was this one cute lady that got vaccinated, and she was just, sitting there like, "Hi there, I'm getting vaccinated," and they stuck the needle in her arm, and it was like, and a bunch of shutters. You know how the shutter on the camera goes like crazy when the president's talking. It was like that. It was like, well, I feel so good for her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to be completely clear to you guys, and honest and all that good stuff, behind us is Christmas lights that's been in here for around probably a year or so. Last year,
those are supposed to be on the outside of my house.
Yeah. Last year around Christmas time, I made the mistake of buying a lot of Christmas lights, and I got lazy and didn't put them up on the house. So
at least the inside's decorated.
The inside is very decorated. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. I can't hear you.
It's because I don't want to be heard.
But everybody thinks you're the loudest one. Everybody doesn't understand that the fact that you are the loudest one.
I'm actually just trying to hide behind.
You're trying to hide behind the thing. Yeah, we have the camera, the screen flipped around where you can see, and it just doesn't look that good, does it? It looks kind of crappy. I always tend to throw stuff together at the last minute and just trying to make something work or whatever. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Well, maybe if we adjust them.
I should pull this over a little bit more. This awesome little mic holder thing. I get closer to you. I
feel like I should be screaming into this microphone.
We start calling you Brienne Eilish, Billie Eilish, Brienne Eilish. You paint your hair green at the roots.
My colleague Jill and I actually listened to her podcast where she does this podcast, I think, with her dad, and they choose songs that are just kind of, they go back and forth. It's actually pretty good music, so.
They talk about the stuff they like and the stuff they don't like about it?
Well, no, they just stuff they like. They're not going to listen to stuff they don't like. I mean, it's just interesting stuff that they kind of introduce to one another, so.
Cool. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
I actually like her. I think she's wise beyond her years.
She is, yeah. She's very interesting.
Well, I'm a tooth person. I'm teeth people and stuff, and she had some work done on the left incisor right here. She used to have a pointy tooth and stuff, and I guess she had it capped or whatever because now her smile is totally straight across. Mm-hmm. I should have been a dentist.
We all have our little.
I should have been orthodontist.
Things, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like that little guy in the that classic Christmas movie, the little elf that wanted to be a dentist.
I want to be a dentist.
You're an elf. You make toys.
You make toys for Santa Claus.
So, anyway, I don't really know that we have some...
We don't have nothing prepared.
This isn't some profound, thing that we're going to put out there. This is just something for Luke to justify having all of this equipment in his room here. So if we do a podcast a year, he feels like we're doing something right.
I've said before that we're going to do one every week. That's such trash.
Life happens. It's kind of hard to.
Man, you have a kid and...
Quite frankly, people just don't find us that interesting. Although you do seem to get quite a few people following your live videos throughout the day.
They're so easy to do because we just upgraded our phones to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Not sponsored. Never will be sponsored.
Yet.
Why would I even say that?
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Yet. But we have
stole that from a dude dad.
Yeah, it just seems like for the longest time, the phones that we've had, we went from Samsung pretty much over to the Apple, and the phones that we've had have been so they're always missing something. It's kind of like the photography gear that we used to use. We used to shoot with Nikon, and while they were okay cameras, it felt like I was always I was needing something else. And like for the longest time, I would always make fun of Canon. Like, oh, I'm never going to shoot Canon.
Just this void that you couldn't fill. In
Exactly.
Your heart or your hand.
Yeah, and like now we shoot Canon, and we use iPhones. And for the longest time, I made fun of iPhones, and I'm eating crow.
Yeah, so this is what Luke does. I've been married to him for 8 years now, and he gets on, like, he's a very loyal, he's like very brand loyal.
Brand loyalty.
And so when he's brand loyal, he will talk smack about other products. So it started with
Started with Canon.
it started with Apple.
With Apple? Okay.
Walking by the Apple store, Apple sucks.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, one of these days.
Yeah.
I
I was such a bullheaded fool.
And then it was the Canon cameras. And
I made fun of Canon. Oh, I made so much fun of Canon.
Yeah.
I was the worst. But here's the thing. Currently, I don't think there's a piece of technology that I'm making fun of. I think I've got to a place in my...
You totally made fun of Sigma today.
I did. Yeah, you know what? I did.
You gonna
I
eat
did.
them words here in a couple years too?
I just don't like third-party glass. I feel like it's just not as good as native glass when it comes to cameras. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. Like
There are probably about 4 people that have any idea what you're talking about. Most people that are going to watch this are going to be like, "What is
I really don't want to get into
native
it.
glass?"
Okay, so native glass is the same brand name as the camera that you're using. So for
yes,
instance,
I know what native glass is.
So like right now we're recording this podcast on a Canon C200. It's a cinema camera and it's a fantastic camera, but the lens is a 24-70 Canon EF mount lens. I don't know why it's called EF. Google it. Comment below. I don't know, but it's a great lens, and we use it because it just works with the autofocus capacity of the Canon. That's enough of that. Let's talk about something that's useful. Some of the weddings we've shot this year off the top of our head.
Let's talk about like 5.
Like five weddings. So last year we did the whole run through of the 40 or the 50 or the whatever.
Too many. We had too many to talk about.
It's too many to talk about. I will say that going into 2021 though, we've already booked around 50. We're scrubbing 50. We're almost at 50 weddings.
We really need to.
We should throttle back.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like
yeah.
we don't want to turn anyone away.
We don't want to because we fight the overcharge.
But I don't know. I'm just really kind of worn out.
There's a lot of things.
There's other things we want to do.
Yeah, there's other things that we want to do besides photography, but we're gonna always keep Noble Photo around. But we're gonna probably starting 2022 raise the prices. I'm not gonna say crazy significantly, but more so than never been raised before because there's things around that time that we're wanting to do that we can't do if we're shooting so many weddings. However, we have a group of really, really good people. I think 6 people that we don't have people that work for us. First of all, I hate the way that sounds. I love
they work with us.
that people that work with us. Here's what I need. Can you do this? Let me pay you accordingly. Let's get this done. And everything is marinated in the idea that no games. Let's make sure our brides get what they want. Let's take care of them. I know sometimes things get difficult and we can't really produce something that somebody wants, but at the same time we try our darndest to give them everything and then some. And I had a good, really intelligent guy one time. ASMR. I can hear when you swallow, I can hear it go down your throat. The coffee. It's
Do you
interesting.
like that sound?
It's like no. Let me finish. What's I talking about? I heard the ASM and whatever it's called, and it's just yeah.
There's other things. People that you can call on. It doesn't really matter.
We just want to do what the other guys are not going to do. We want to give you guys more for less. I mean, we want to pattern our business after companies like Walmart, like Dollar General. Hold on. Let me finish. I know you're doing the negative thing, but like Sam Walton, billionaire, low prices, fair prices, no games. I mean, not exactly like he would run it because I understand photography is a lot different from retail. Understood. It's a premium service for some people, but we want to make it, available to some of the people that just can't afford it, can't have it. So that's where our prices is rooted, and we're around probably 4 to 6 people that get to work with us, that we get to work with them, and we just try our best to have people on board that believe in our mission statement, and we want brides that believe in that as well. And the amount of brides that we've connected with so far for 2021, they've been next level people, and I'm so thankful for them. And if you're watching, we're thankful for you. If you're if you're listening, we're thankful for you. But we really want to try to produce more content like this for you guys to watch, to know, to understand us, to see who we are and what we're about, and also where our hearts are, because we're human. We make mistakes, and
Let's talk about some wins.
Brianne makes more than I do, so she's a terrible mistake maker. Talk about some weddings. So off the top of your head, I know which one you're going to talk about.
Honestly,
I
everything has run together. For a lot of you people out there, this has been the longest year, but for me, it's flown by. When COVID, was at its apex.
So crazy.
My line of work ramped up, and I was 90 to nothing. So I feel like this year's really flown by for me. So a lot of the stuff's going to run together.
Yeah.
I don't know whose wedding you're thinking I'm going to want to talk about.
One of your favorite? It's
I
recent.
I can't
As
remember.
of recent, you can't remember the one you've talked about so much.
I can't remember what.
Oh my
I
gosh.
cannot even remember what I had for breakfast. So.
Okay, so does the name Grayson come to mind?
Oh yeah, I love them.
Okay, so I've talked a lot. It's time for Brianne to talk some. Go.
Well, I don't really know what to say. It was a very, I guess, kind of a boho kind of chic wedding.
And they were not trying to be boho; they just were.
Yeah, that's just their personalities. I think that that wedding really just reflected their personalities. Just so many unique things as a part of that wedding.
So true.
They had their wedding at Rosemary Farms in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They have a barn and just beautiful pastures. There was a cow that got loose in the middle of a shooting during the golden hour, which was pretty cool.
I did see the cow. That
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah.
It made me hungry. It's like a steak running by there.
One of the really cool things I think about that wedding was Grayson had custom made earrings for each of her bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were so central to the looks on each of the bridesmaids and just the emotions that were there that day. Every single person there was just absolutely in love with Seth and Grayson. So I think that
Good looking dude too.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous
Yeah.
of his hair. Well, I was at the time. I have my own hair now, so. Ha, Seth, look, mine's longer than yours.
There you go. his is real though.
Yes. Well, mine's real too.
Yeah, but it's not yours.
Well, you want to tell people
You
that.
purchased it.
You want to tell people that. I did my research. It's one of our video people sent me a link that really had me questioning whether or not I did something bad by getting extensions.
But
But
you
my
went-
hair
yeah.
is sourced appropriately. I did not. I checked out the company, and so they're good. So
Yeah, it was good. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, one of my favorite things about that wedding was just the chill factor.
yeah,
Everybody
very
was so
easygoing.
chill, and it was like, it was almost like the coup de grace, or the apex of the year. Even though we have, one more wedding, two more weddings this year, and we're gonna knock them out. It's gonna be great. We're gonna finish it out strong. But it felt like that was the ending that 2020 really needed.
Well, they have, first of all, that heater is blowing on my eyes, so it's drying my eyes out. I'm not crying. So I think what really helped that wedding was, like you said, it was the chill factor. The fact that there was a lot of chemistry with Grayson and Seth. They didn't take a bad photo.
They sure didn't.
They had the perfect weather, the perfect lighting. Nothing felt rushed. Nothing felt
So true.
Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of pressure, and quite frankly, just going into it, they already expressed their love for us, so we were, we could do no wrong. Of course, we still wanted to impress them, so. So it's always good when people have good attitudes going into it, and they're excited and they're happy. They're not letting little things get to them. So I think that made the difference in their photos, and you can see that.
And I wouldn't for one second say that I have a favorite bride or a favorite
I
group.
don't.
We don't do that because that's just tacky. But we'll say they're one of our favorites.
Yeah.
That's got to be said because they treated us so good. And, segueing over to something else, how you treat your wedding professional a lot of the times is going to justify how, things are going to turn out. If you feel entitled, you feel like, they're beneath you or, you don't really care about them. Listen, guys, these are people who are capturing one of the most intimate moments of your life, literally giving your heart and your soul, who you are, to somebody else. You don't get to do those things. You choose to do those things. And, the images on your wedding day, they can either have emotion, they can be beautiful from the standpoint of creativity and also chemistry between said photographer and bride and groom, or they can just be like anybody else's photos, just regular and normal. And it's our due diligence, I think it is, to make it special, to make it memorable, to have fun, to laugh, to joke, to just be human and to humanize every aspect of what we do. A lot of our brides say we love the candids. We love the candids because I feel like in a lot of ways that's what's real. And that's what we want to capture. And sometimes we're not good at it. Sometimes chemistry don't work.
Yeah. Sometimes people are just uncomfortable in front of the camera, and that's okay. But if you are, it's going to show in your photos. And so that's 100%. Why you want to make sure that you have a good connection with your photographer. That it's somebody that you're comfortable in front of. It's somebody that is, is confident.
Yeah, and that, I think that's where I run into this, and we've been real successful at this, is because from the first time a bride or a groom, messages me, 9 times out of 10, my number one thing is call us. Call me. Give me a call. If I'm in the middle of doing something, I will stop that. And I will go outside and I will have a conversation with you on the phone.
Unless we're at a wedding.
But I've been known to step away at times, that are not important in a wedding day and stuff.
Just like during the first kiss or something.
Like the first kiss or the first look, I walk away.
No big deal.
Hashtag. But no, that's it's important to connect and to start rapport. One of the things that one of our favorite brides, Shelby Clay, said to me, here's what's funny. We were on our way back from shooting Alston George and Samantha, Alston and Samantha, their wedding in 2019, and we got a phone call from a Shelby Clay as we were leaving Rosemary Farm.
Right.
And she said, from the first moment that we talked and we spoke, I could just tell that, you know what, they're for real, and we are. Yeah. So getting into that wedding. Wow, that's another wedding. Got to work with a new vendor we've never worked with before, Manny.
Oh yeah.
Acosta of Acosta Entertainment.
He's gotten some shout outs today.
He's got some shout outs. We love him. We love his wife. His wife's name is
Heather.
Hi, Heather. But it's just so important to connect with good vendors. And it seems to me like from the get-go in wedding photography, videography, just wedding industry in general, there's been this like massive sense of competition over community. And it's important to have competition, healthy competition. It is. Some competition is unhealthy. I get it. But the most important thing is the bride. And if you can meet a vendor who feels the same way you feel at all costs, it's about this bride, then that's a valuable commodity. And that's a commodity that we're willing to invest in. And we give shout outs to Manny all the time. Mm-hmm. A lot of our brides we booked in 2021 have booked with him and Heather. We plan on having him on the podcast here pretty soon, just having a conversation.
We're going to make him sing.
He's going to sing a song for us.
Sing like an angel.
He's going to throw down. And, and that's that. But guys, we don't have it right at all. We're trying. We're trying our best. We are not the best, but we're going to try our best to treat you the best and to give you the best quality, the best product that you could ever have. And it kind of happened on a whim, this whole Noble Photo thing. Going into 2021, 2020 is done.
Right.
And
Practically, we still have one wedding, two
We have
weddings
two
left.
weddings. We have a New Year's Eve wedding.
I don't know why I keep thinking that New Year's Eve wedding is like, I guess because it's practically January.
Her last name is Glasgow. I keep
Oh.
saying Glasgow. It's like, no, Glasgow.
Glasgow.
She's so beautiful too.
Glasgow girl.
You know her-
No, Galway girl.
Galway
Never
girl.
mind.
Have you seen her teeth?
There is
Her
a
smile.
There's a Glasgow, Ireland.
Yeah, there's a Glasgow. Okay, she's beautiful. She's gonna make great photos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like all of our brides make great photos. I'm just blown away by them. I don't know what to say, but just it's really cool.
Honestly, I mean, we could pick a favorite
Yeah, but
photo from everybody's wedding, but the fact of the matter is if we sat here and talked about every single wedding, we would be here for hours upon hours.
If you had to-
And
if you had
Lou
to-
promised me 15 minutes. But
yeah,
this
yeah,
has gone way over.
yeah, a little bit. Finishing up though, if there was one thing, and we'll do another podcast soon, but we're going to cut this one short. If there was one thing that you'd want to say, to brides that are looking at us, brides that are vetting us, brides that are still on the fence, they don't really know if they're going to book Noble Photo or not. What words of encouragement from Brienne Thornton
Do what?
could you give a bride that's thinking about it? And I know I'm talking all the
Yeah.
time, but I want you to push that microphone back and look into the camera and tell them why.
Why they should go with Noble
Why?
Photo?
Why?
You know, I don't think you're going to have anybody there the day of your wedding that's going to treat you better, that's going to, be there for you. I mean, like mentally, physically, when we're there for you. We are on a bride's timetable. We're going to be, there for you. We're going to be your, we'll be your security detail. We'll be your lady in waiting, because we have pockets in our bags and stuff. So if you need to carry that lipstick, you need to carry that cell phone, you don't got pockets in that dress, we're there for you. That's all I can say is, you want to go Noble Photo. I mean, there's lots of people out there that could take great photos, but are you going to have a great experience is the question. And so, when it gets down to it, photos are really, there's no really right or wrong way to do it. I mean, there's some technical aspects to it, yeah. But it's all about what you like. And, we've got a venue that we've talked with, and she said she stopped, recommending photographers because she said, I got to thinking about it. And she said, what I like isn't what other people like. So, and I think that's another thing about us is, we can pretty well match any style that anybody wants.
It's true.
It just all kind of comes down to a matter of, what kind of personalities do you want there? Do you want somebody that's going to be a silent observer that doesn't give you any direction? Or do you want somebody that's going to be there, that's going to celebrate with you, that's going to be happy, that's going to, make you feel happy and confident in front of the camera? If it's that, then, you're really going to want to go Noble Photo. And if you've not seen our videos lately, you need to check those out because our videographers are really killing it lately. Just really killing it.
Very well said. Going into 2021, I think probably one of the biggest things about what we're doing, what we're going to do, is the photo video factor. We decided to basically lower the prices. The X Factor.
Not really.
We decided to lower the prices down to $2,800 and remove a few things and add a few things to that photo video hybrid package. And we've had some people say you're crazy. Some people said, hey, that's smart. I mean, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a thought process. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinions. But our pricing, our methodology is rooted in chemistry, number one. Number two, pricing. People never want to talk about the elephant in the middle of the room. It's like, well, how much? Don't say it online. Don't put it out there. You just have them come to you and then hook them and take them in. I don't believe in that approach. I believe in a very upfront, no games. You know the price. You know what you're getting. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's in my mind. It's in my soul. $2,800. Photo video hybrid, 2 photographers, 1 videographer, 5 to 7 minute film. We don't call it video. Video's dirty. It's like going to the video store. Let's go to the video store, Dad. Let's get a movie. A film. A very visceral, beautiful film. Not some obnoxious, just run through, we want it to be special. We want to take the distraction out of the wedding video and make it a film. Have something that'll hold up beyond years and years and years. So one day when somebody's going back and looking at all this footage and trying to understand what these people were, what things were like, they're going to see that somebody existed that truly cared. They wanted to make something beautiful, not to create, but to capture art, because we're artful. We're beautiful human beings, and we have feelings, we have emotions, we have things that are so important that just 1 second or one movement with the camera can miss that moment, and that moment is so crucial when it comes to these videos. And also the photography. And you're going to knock it out of the park with us, because we're going to get it. We're going to get it done, and we're not going to leave until we're satisfied. And we are always satisfied. And going into 2021 at like 50 weddings, I'm not trying to flex. I'm not trying to show somebody, hey, look at where we got 50 weddings. Ooh, what you got? That has nothing to do with this. This has everything to do with something that we're so passionate about, that we're so serious about, that it's getting out of hand to a degree that we're almost having to turn brides away. And listen, this is the God honest truth. Going into 2021, we're only going to take 2 weddings on any given Saturday for our team. That's the way it's designed. We just don't feel comfortable doing more than 2. Now, I know I've booked probably 1 or 2 Saturdays in 2021 where we've had 3 booked. Everybody's been notified. Everything's good to go. But we're just not doing that anymore. And today we booked.
It's just too risky.
It's too much work. It's too much work.
With COVID, we've been very fortunate, in the middle of a pandemic that we've been able to supply that many people. But I don't think COVID's going anywhere, even with the vaccines.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of people that are hesitant to take that vaccine this early on. But
and we respect that. That's fine. It's just
So I mean, I think the COVID. Is it a virus or?
It's a virus.
I think that's going to kind of persist for a few more years, and so we just want to make sure that we're.
I mean, it's not going away. It's going to always be here. It's like the flu.
Right.
It's not going away.
So anyway, beyond that, we just want to make sure that we're giving our best. And you've got messages. Who's trying to contact you? I silenced my phone. So anyway.
It's one of our brides saying, did somebody in their family book with us? Which she just booked with us.
Oh, is that literally
who's just Huber?
Here? Yeah, yay.
But yeah.
So anyway, we didn't talk about 5 weddings because we meandered quite a bit. We only talked about 2.
Brianne sat down. She was like, "What are we going to talk about?" I was like, "Sweetheart, look who you're married to."
I hate like not being prepared. Like I'm a planner.
But
he's
real.
A fly by the seat of his pants.
It's so real. It's so real. I'm so tired of the whole, just robotic approach to things. We have to be real and let you guys know that your wedding day is not going to go the way that you planned. You can plan all day long. You can have everything lined up, but just have grace and know that your expectation versus reality never truly hits. It may be a lot better, maybe a lot worse, but it's not going to be exactly how it's going to be. And we could elaborate a lot more on that, but we're trying to wind this down.
Yeah, I think maybe ideally what we'll do is maybe share something later on, a year in review kind of deal. Not in the form of a podcast, but we'll
let us know down below in the comments if this is something that you would like to see us do more often, and what we really
what are things that you want us to talk about.
Exactly. And to be honest, would you like us to sit down with vendors? Like, we want to sit down with the Acostas 100%, but we would also like to sit down with some venues. We've had a little pushback from some venues. They've been like, I don't know if that's really our thing. but I don't think they understand that. Look who's watching. Look who's
and
talking.
And it's I think it's more so for it's a platform for these vendors to express their opinions and their concerns about the industry and like expectations versus realities with brides, because we've talked to some caterers that are just like, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe the number of people that come to me and like the meals that they want, but they don't want to pay this. They're wanting they're wanting steak on a peanut butter and jelly budget, and they're like, but and it's not that they're saying anything's wrong, they just don't know.
They don't know what stuff's worth.
And true. It's just like with us, we do try to be very transparent with our brides about expectations versus reality, and so
and photography is a lot different than caterers, because
exactly
with us, we have a bigger package that we can offer, but we don't want to do that. We want to steer you more in the photo video hybrid, simply because we feel like it's a lot more bang for your buck. We're still gonna make money. We're not gonna do this to make money. We gotta make money, but at the same time,
no, we won't turn down.
We like money.
Turn you down.
Exactly, but like a fair wage for a fair day's work. That's what we believe in, and
it's an opportunity for a bride that maybe didn't think that she could have a video to have a little something there. I think there's going to be brides out there that still want like a full hour documentary, and and that's fine. We
can do that. We don't want to.
Oh no, I would not even think that we could take on such a project. We probably could. But
we have people that can. It's not a problem. It's like going to a gun store and saying, "Hey, I want a 50 cal." We don't sell 50 cals. I can get you one. So
yikes. Yeah. So anyway, so that $2,800 hybrid package is it's just kind of our peace offering to you, because 2020 was just awful.
2020 sucked. It still sucks.
So
yeah, I mean, one more time we'll shut this off. But
we're all recovering.
Your $2,800 photo video hybrid package. You get 2 photographers. You get 1 videographer. Your video is going to be between 5 and 7 minutes long. We're going to deliver it to you in a digital format, preferably through WeTransfer. Download it to your phone. Download it wherever you want to download it. Just download it. It's fine. Now, what's different is when you get your images from us, they're going to be on a digital download.
Digital gallery.
Digital gallery. You'll be able to order your prints directly through your gallery. It doesn't expire. It stays there. If it ever comes to a place in our life where we're going to shut down Noble Photo, we'll make sure your photos get to you. No problem. Just give you a notice and fair warning. But they're not going anywhere.
You had somebody the other day from 2016 come back and say, hey, can I get that link again? I'm like, yep,
no problem. Boom. And that's what that is. And it's a cloud, and it's your cloud. But you also get your engagements. Engagement photos are included. We have a deal with Huntsville Botanical Gardens. We're paying X amount of money a year to be able to go there whenever we want to get photos. It's around $150 value per shoot that you're getting for free. And that's what Noble Photo does, because you're worth it, and we know you're worth it, and we're truly getting to a place in this profession where we can start becoming selective. We don't want to be selective. We want to be able to shoot anybody, but if we talk to you and we kind of feel like it's not working out, then we're not ashamed to tell you that it's not going to work out. Sometimes things just don't click correctly, and that's okay. You can go somebody else, but the people that we tend to attract.
But I will say this. That's why it's important to do an engagement session with your wedding photographer. And I understand some of you have friends or family members that do that.
True.
And that's great. It's good for you to meet with your photographer, kind of see how you work together, because that engagement shoot will kind of show you what kind of photos you'll get, what kind of energy you're going to get. So that's why it's always important to do that. And then when we know that we're going to have other people shooting your weddings, we do try to bring them in to
and to connect
with you. That way that you're getting a feel for who's going to shoot your wedding. So those are just kind of the things that we try to do to keep everybody apprised and happy.
100%.
Anyway,
vet us. And with that being said, we need to shut this thing down.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned.
Our kid's really quiet.
He's been napping. I guess the day wore out on kindergarten's tough, but he played pretty hard after school too with a friend of ours. So anyway, let's sign out.
Sign out.
Get some dinner.
Just off the top of my head, a venue that you might want to check out. Whistle Hollow Wedding and Event Venue. That's all I'm going to say.
One stop shop. That's all I'll say.
There you go. And as always, thanks for watching.
For watching.
And ta-ta.